Hello everyone, this is the next part of the Blu-ray collection video. First I'll start off with the Funkos. This is Anna Kendrick's character from Pitch Perfect, Cheryl Blossom from Riverdale, and Sabrina from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And this one is like leaning in. Ugh, these Funkos, man. And then that's Salem, right there. Okay, so let's move those out of the way and get started with the Blu-rays. Okay, so first thing I have here is 8 Days a Week, the Beatles, basically that Ron Howard documentary that came out. I love the Beatles. I love everything about the Beatles. I thought this was a really good documentary by Ron Howard. The only thing that annoys me about this is the packaging. It's like really big. If it's a Blu-ray, it shouldn't be this size, but it's okay. And then along with that, I put the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night Criterion Collection. I really like this film. I think the Beatles were like a phenomenon at the time, and they were actually good in the films that they did. So this is the other one right here. And then I have the Rocky Heavyweight Collection. This comes with all of the Rockies, including Rocky Balboa. All of them are great films. I even like 5. Rocky Balboa was also good. You gotta have this in your collection. And then the extended director's cut and original theatrical version of The Exorcist. I think I've only ever seen the extended director's cut and not the theatrical version, but this is great. I know a lot of people find this to be like scary, but I don't really get like scared by horror films. I don't know. I watch too many movies, I think, but it's a good film. It's definitely a good film, no doubt about that. I think they did a TV show. I don't know how that went. And then this is the Halloween collection. So before I get into that, this is a 35th anniversary digibook of the original Halloween. Once I got the big collection, I thought about maybe getting rid of this, but you know, it's a nice little collector's edition thing, so why not keep it. This is the entire Halloween film series, including Halloween, Rob Zombie, the first one and the second one. I really like this series. There's the name of the type, all the titles over there. I even like Season of the Witch. I don't mind Rob Zombie's the Halloween, the first one. Second one, I'm not too big a fan of. And then we have the Harry Potter Complete 8-Film Collection. I read all the books. This is something from my childhood as well. Reading the book and then watching the movie, it's always been fantastic experience. And my favorite one would probably be Goblet of Fire. I know a lot of people don't like that one, but I really like that one. I also really love that book as well. Oh, there is my Ghost in the Shell. So earlier I had the remake on Steelbook. So this is the original one, the 4K that they released on this very nice Steelbook. And yeah, I like this film as well. It's a good animated feature. I didn't check out anything else that they did after that until the live action version. And then one of my favorite shows of all time, the Twilight Zone, the original series. This has all 156 episodes, and it's great. If you like the show, you should try to own this on Blu-ray. This is a fantastic set. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do these top ones, and it's so tightly put in. Boy. Okay. Okay, so starting off is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Ultimate Edition. So I got this year because I wanted to, do 25 days of Christmas movies, and then this is the original. Like, I wouldn't even call it a movie. It's like the cartoon special of the Grinch, and then it has two other shorts as well. Not bad to have, and if you're in the holiday spirit, you gotta do that. And then the live action How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I also got this year. Pretty good film by Ron Howard. A little outrageous. Jim Carrey is in this, but Jim Carrey really excelled in that role. Here's a rom-com that I actually love. A lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people probably don't like it. But How to Be Single, I don't know. I felt like this was very entertaining, funny, and real. Nice cast as well. I'm not always a fan of Rebel Wilson, but in this one, I think she does well. Great film. And then How to Steal a Million, another Twilight Time release with Audrey Hepburn. Really great, kind of like caper film. Glad to own this. I have almost. I might have everything, or close to everything, Audrey Hepburn has on Blu-ray because I'm such a big fan of her. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. So I saw this one in IFC Center when it first came out because I'm a big Elle Fanning fan, and I watched it. You know, I thought it was very weird. Didn't know what to think, and then I rewatched it again, and I liked it. It's got its quirks. It's got its moments. I think it's a fun film. Well, now I do, anyways. And then another one of these Studio Ghibli films. This is Howl's Moving Castle. This is actually one of my favorite ones from Hayao Miyazaki. I thought it was a super cool concept. These films really pop out on Blu-ray. I mean, the steelbooks are nice, but they really pop out on Blu-ray, like the animation. That's why I really like it. And I've now this year seen all. I believe, yeah, I've seen all of them now. All the Studio Ghibli films. On HBO Max. Thank you, HBO Max, for that. And then the ones that I really like, I pick up on Blu-ray. Hugo, found this one for cheap. I have a lot of Martin Scorsese films. This is a pretty good one. A different avenue for him, kind of doing like a children's film, but a pretty good film anyways. And it's a good like tribute to a trip to the moon, which I also have and should be coming up later. And sorry, this takes a while because everything is so tight to just make space. Good Lord. Sometimes you need two hands. So, now we have the Human Centipede. This is pretty, what can I say? Pretty crazy concept. I know this film grosses a lot of people out. I was interested in checking it out. By no means is it like anything amazing, but there's something about it that I like. I don't like the second one or the third one at all, and I don't need those. This is just the only one that I have in my collection, and I'm not gonna be getting any more. This one's damaged. And then now I'm gonna go to the Hunger Games steelbooks. I think these are the Best Buy exclusive steelbooks. The first one, I read all the books as well. I thought the first one was pretty good. A little issues with the way it was directed, but overall it captured, the essence of the book. Catching Fire was the best film. I don't remember book-wise if I liked it the most, but this was definitely the best film. I think it's pretty much unanimous that people like this one the best, and also it's the best steelbook from all of them. And then we have Mockingjay Part 1 and then Mockingjay Part 2, both of which it just felt really stretched out. I didn't like that they tried to make it into two movies just to make more money. You could tell that like the plot was thin. But overall, a decent series there, young adult series. I got this film, Hush. This is not the Netflix one. This is the one with Gwyneth Paltrow. I like Gwyneth Paltrow when she's younger. I found her very attractive. But this was an okay film. It has plot issues, but guilty pleasure. Hustlers. This is the film that J-Lo got praise in for her role. Not a bad film. Definitely expected a lot more from this, but it's not bad. Ooh, I just turned the flash on. Maybe that will help a little more with this video. Let's see. I think it might look better. I don't know. Sorry, I just figured that out now. Alrighty. So next up we have I'm thinking of ending things. So this is a custom made film of the Netflix film I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I love this film. When I first watched it, and I didn't quite know what to think, but I did like it. But upon rewatching it again and reading the book, as I mentioned, I'd go back and if I really like a film and there's a book available, I'll go back and read the book. I do it the opposite way, I guess. But this is a really good film. I think Jessie Buckley is fantastic in this. A lot of it is open to interpretation, I guess, but I really, really like this film. It was a standout of 2020, I think it came out. Maybe it was this year. I don't remember. I Am Legend. Really pretty good. Will Smith vehicle right here. It has the alternate version, which I like a little better. The CGI of the monsters doesn't really hold up, but overall, it's a good film. Will Smith does well in that film. I Love You, Beth Cooper. Got this one pretty cheap. Not a bad film at all. It has the guy from that Netflix series Love. I don't remember his name. And Hayden Panettiere. Pretty good kind of teenage like romance film, or maybe college. I can't really remember. Oh, I Love You, Man. Amazing film. Just a real timeless comedy. I can put this in any time and just really like laugh out loud. I think Paul Rudd makes an excellent straight man in these types of films, and his chemistry with Jason Segel is great in this. One of my favorite comedies like of all time probably already. Here's another great comedy I like. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. A lot of the stuff in this film probably won't fly today, just because the world has changed a little bit. But not a bad film at all. Even though a lot of the jokes I think wouldn't fly. However, I think they treat the LBGTQ community pretty well in this film, and with respect. Yeah, Adam Sandler and Kevin James. I wish they were in better films together, because I know they did like Grown Ups and stuff, but I don't really like that. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, but like when he has a good film, I'll admit it. The Illusionist. This came out the same year as The Prestige, and it's like a similar type of magic type film, period piece. This is also pretty good. The only thing that annoys me is I think this is like maybe a Canadian edition, and it didn't have like subtitles, and it's like really hard to hear. Maybe the sound on the TV isn't that good, so it's really hard to hear, and I had to turn it all the way up, not understand what they're saying. But it's good to have in my collection. And then pretty good slasher film from the 90s. I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I like both. The first one is better, but I really do like those 90s slasher films like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, stuff like that. Alright, and then the final of the top here. Oh boy. I Spit on Your Grave and I Spit on Your Grave, the remake. I Spit on Your Grave, I guess it's a hard film to watch. I think it's a pretty good revenge film. The remake wasn't good. That one wasn't for me. And then I Tonya, the film that kind of made me respect Margot Robbie as a performer. I think she was great in this. Could have easily won the Oscar for me. Really good film. Biopic of Tanya Harding and her attacking Nancy Kerrigan. I really like this film. This director, I think they did something else that I liked, but I have to think about it. If Beale Street Could Talk, a Barry Jenkins film. I know a lot of people like Moonlight, but I prefer this film. I think this film was really like art. I felt like the score was beautiful, the imagery was beautiful. I like the relationship. It was very poetic. I really like this film. It was one of the best films of whatever year it came out. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. This is the last on-screen role of Heath Ledger, and they had to kind of fill in when he passed away and add Johnny Depp, Colin Farrell, Jude Law to play the same character in through a mirror, and they look different. This didn't hold up as well on a replay when I rewatched it, which was unfortunate, but overall pretty fantastical film. In Time, this is the best poster boy of a film where it's like the concept is super cool, but the delivery could be better. It's not a bad film, but you can expect more from a concept like this, because it is a really cool concept. I had no problems with the casting or anything. It was just, I wish it was written a little better. Inception, Steelbook. Big fan of Christopher Nolan. I sometimes forget about this film. Really good film, very nice Steelbook. This is kind of what he did in between the breaks of his Batman films, and very enjoyable. And then we have The Incredible Hulk. This is the MCU version with Edward Norton, a lenticular. This is probably the only Marvel... No, actually no. I was thinking this is the only Marvel film that I don't have a Steelbook for, but that's not the case. That's not true. Not a bad film. Probably one of the weakest in the MCU universe, just because it feels like it doesn't fit at times, but it's still good. Alrighty, now let's move on to the regular row. Start off with The Great Gatsby. I love the book is actually one of my favorite books of all time. Absolutely love it, and I absolutely love this. The way this is told. It's by Baz Luhrmann. The music is kind of like modern, which is a little weird, but overall, I love this film so much. Jay Gatsby, Daisy Buchanan, the relationship between them, I absolutely love this film. I would give this a 10. In all honesty, I like that film that much. Give it a chance. The Graduate, another classic. Dustin Hoffman, and then obviously it's very well known for the soundtrack by Simon and Garfunkel. Really great film. I need to give it a rewatch. It's been a long time. A Wes Anderson film, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Really good film. Look at the cast. Pretty fantastic. He usually doesn't miss. I have most of his work on Blu-ray. Gran Torino, a really great Clint Eastwood directed film that I felt like didn't get a lot of Oscar love the year it came out. But yeah, I really like this film. Clint Eastwood's great in it as well. The guy's a legend. Speaking of films that I would give a 10 out of 10 to, Gravity. Saw this in the cinemas. Absolutely loved it. It was a blast of a film. The thing I really appreciate about these types of films is the score. Like the soundtrack is so good, so fantastic. I own the soundtrack as well. Really liked Sandra Bullock's performance in this. I wish this won. I don't know if it won Best Director. I think it won Best Director, but not Best Picture. And I think it should have won both. I thought this film was absolutely incredible. And then we have the Green Inferno Collector's Edition. This is a Scream Factory from an Eli Roth film. Pretty like gory as you would expect from him. Not a bad film. I thought I would hate it when I first saw it because I heard bad reviews, but I thought it was pretty good. And then we have the Grease collection, which I picked up pretty recently. It has Grease 1, Grease 2 with Michelle Pfeiffer, and then the Grease Live version with Julian Hough, and I don't know this guy's name. But not a bad collection to have if you're a fan. The first one's obviously the best. And then I have the yearbook edition, which I got first. So I got this first, and then I got the collection to get the rest of the Grease. But I just didn't, this is like a nice collector's edition kind of thing. Sometimes you double dip. Well, sometimes I double dip, and it's like, the reason I have two is because one of the versions is really cool. Green Book. I understand people's concerns with this film and why they don't like it. Definitely understood. I enjoyed it though. I thought it was a good film, a surprise turn for the whichever Farrelly brother directed it. But a good film. Mahershala Ali, Viggo Mortensen, both are great in it. Speaking of dollar store pickups, this was a dollar store pickup. Literally the only reason I got it was because I have a lot of comic book films, superhero films, and it's a steelbook. Not much to say about that. I got bored out of my mind watching that. The Green Mile, rather fantastic film by Frank Darabont, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I love this film. It is long, and that's the only reason I don't watch it more often, because it is super long, but it tugs at the strings. Michael Clark Duncan is amazing in this film, and Mr. Jingles. Yeah, that's a good one. And that's a digipack as well, which is cool. Or digibook. I don't know which. I'm going to find out which one it is. The Goonies, Gremlins, and Gremlins 2. I got this mostly for Gremlins and Gremlins 2. And why not have the Goonies as well? The Goonies, it's been a while since I've watched it, so I can't really comment. I like Gremlins and Gremlins 2. I actually might prefer Gremlins 2 a little more. Just slightly. Greta. Really good film, kind of like a stalker film where Isabelle Hooper is a stalker of Chloe Grace Moretz. I love this film, and there's an actress in this, Micah Monroe. Oh my god, she's so attractive. I love her. The Grey. I don't have a lot of Liam Neeson films, but this to me is the best one, and for good reason. I think this film is absolutely fantastic. The last 20 minutes of it is just so good. He's great in it. It has more to say. It's not just like a ordinary Liam Neeson films. Like they're fighting off wolves, and it has a lot to say. I like this film. One of my favorite films of all time, one that I would definitely give a 10 out of 10 to, is Grindhouse, double feature with Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, Planet Terror and Death Proof. I like these films almost equally, maybe Planet Terror a little more, but I had a blast watching this in the theaters with the fake trailers and everything, and it was an unforgettable experience. I know it flopped in the box office, which is a shame, but it was an unforgettable experience for me at the time, and I absolutely loved it. And then I got that version first, and then they re-released both with on a steelbook. But the reason I got the steelbook is because this included all the fake trailers in the way that it was shown in theaters, and that other edition didn't. And to me, that was important. Just to, if I wanted to sit down and watch the entire experience, this would be the go-to. But you know, two different versions, one with a nice slipcover. Decided to keep it, and I love the film anyway, so why not? Groundhog Day, really good Bill Murray film. I think this is directed by Harold Ramis as well. Yeah, this is a classic, and a lot of films, you know, took this idea and ran with it as well. Some MCU coming up. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one on steelbook, from the ones that they re-released. Pretty good film. I don't love it as much as everyone else does, but it's still good. And then everything's sticking together here. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Not as good as the first one. It has its moments. Not as good as the first one, though. I wonder what they will do with the 3. The Guest. This has the actress I was just talking about, Micah Monroe, who I really love. And this film is pretty good. I think Adam Wingard directed it. I feel like the ending could have been a little better. It got a little weird, but overall, this is like a mood. That film is a mood. And I got this triple party pack, guys pack of Bachelor Party, Revenge of the Nerds, and Porky's. And this was a blind buy. Like, I never saw any of them, and then got it. From these 3, I think Revenge of the Nerds is the best. Bachelor Party was pretty good, and then Porky's not bad, but I feel like Porky's didn't have much going for it, apart from being like raunchy and, you know, having like nudity and whatever. It didn't have a whole lot going for it. Got this from the Warner Archive Collection sale, Gypsy, with Natalie Wood. I think this is actually one of her best films. Yeah, definitely. I was happy to get this. I have maybe 1 or 2 more with Natalie Wood. This is 2018 Halloween, written by Danny McBride. Really good film. I'm looking forward to Halloween Kills. This kind of captured the initial magic that the Halloween series had. And it was a surprisingly good film. Hang 'em High. Got this on a Shout sale. Very nice artwork. Good film as well. You can't go wrong with a Clint Eastwood Western. Hannah. Oh, so this film I picked up recently, watched it. Saoirse Ronan's great in it. You know, I enjoyed the film, but then I watched the series, and I really like the series as well. I think they just did 2 seasons so far, but I really like the series. It kind of goes further than the film did, obviously, but good film, good series. Good film, great series. Hannibal Lecter Collection. Picked this up recently, mainly for Manhunter, because I wanted to rewatch that, and I really do love Manhunter. That's a great Michael Mann film. Silence of the Lambs, obviously a classic. Really like that film as well. Hannibal, not as strong. It's Ridley Scott, so there's things to like about it, but not as strong as the other 2. I don't have Red Dragon. I don't remember if that's on Blu-ray. Hangover Part 1 and 2. Hangover Part 1, you know, it's fun to watch. It was funny at the time. Part 2, I don't mind at all either, even though it's pretty similar. It kind of retreads the same hemisphere. Part 3, though, I did not like at all, and I don't plan on owning that one. The Happening. I was really excited to see this in the theaters when it came out. I thought it was going to be absolutely amazing. M. Night Shyamalan, he didn't really let us down. Maybe he let some people down before this, but not me. Like, I actually loved everything he did. And then, you know, with the big bad being the trees, it was the plants. It was really weird, but unintentionally funny. Still a very strong guilty pleasure, though. Sometimes you gotta look at films like that. You know, they're bad, but can you watch it and enjoy it? Yes. Happy Death Day. Kind of like Groundhog Day, but a horror comedic version, because it's never really like straight up horror. But not a bad film. Jessica Roth definitely had. I think that's the name of the actress in it. She definitely has a charismatic appeal and a presence. Happy Death Day 2 was pretty bad though. I can't say I like that one or that I'll buy it. Oh, so here we go. Come on out. So, Hardcore Henry. This film surprised the hell out of me. It is like a first-person video game with all the adrenaline in the world. It is such a fun fun film to watch. Don't take it seriously. Just go along for the ride and enjoy it. Maybe you'll get motion sickness from it. I don't know. But I love this film. And then the director of this just did Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. That's an amazing film as well. The Hateful Eight. I think this has the slip cover that opens up, but it's in a package, so I can't take it out. I only saw this once, but as typical with Quentin Tarantino, it was a good film. Probably not in the top of my Quentin Tarantino list, but a good film nonetheless. Pretty long though. So this is like I believe a Canadian release of. It's called the Haunted Anthology. It has 4 films. So the reason I got it is because I really like. Oh, sorry. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 films. So I really like all the films. So Insidious, the first one, I really enjoy. Blair Witch Project. You know what irks me though is the misspelling of witch. I don't know if that's because it's like a French Canadian thing, but that always irked me. Anyways, Blair Witch Project I really like. I think it was probably the strongest horror film that I've ever seen in my life. And it was pretty terrifying for its time, and the marketing for it was brilliant. The Last Exorcism I really like as well. Found footage film and an effective one. The sequel was just terrible. The Others is great. I thought it was very well written, very well acted. And 1408 is one of my favorites. I went to the theaters and I absolutely loved that film, and I still do. So this box set, there's really no weak entry in this. I feel like all of them are good. All of them are very watchable. So this is a really good collection to have, in my opinion anyways. Heat. Great film. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro don't share a lot of screen time, but this is Michael Mann at his probably his best. That has to be his best work, if I'm not mistaken. Heather's Steelbook, another really great steelbook in the collection. You know, pretty good film from the 90s, I want to say. This is getting tight here. Hell or High Water, a well-written modern western, very well acted as well. Ben Foster is a force. Yeah, I definitely enjoy that film. And then here's another one that I really enjoy, Hellfest. I don't know if a lot of people like this one, but it's like about a killer who like runs loose in a amusement park, like a Halloween themed amusement park. And it's great. Really good film. They could go the sequel route, but I hope not. I think this, as a one-off, this was just a very surprisingly good popcorn horror film. The Beatles Help, another film based on the soundtrack as well. I actually think I prefer this to Hard Day's Night as far as film goes. Maybe soundtrack as well. I think the soundtrack is better. Good film. Has more of a plot than A Hard Day's Night, but you know, with the Beatles, I'm never criticizing anything. I just love them too much. Amazing film by Spike Jonze. Written by Charlie Kaufman, if I'm not mistaken. Wonderful film. Joaquin Phoenix was so great in this. I'm glad he finally got the Oscar because he needed recognition for being so good at what he does. He's just incredible in that film. Hereditary. Oh god, her came out again. So Hereditary. I'm so bad with director names, so I just want to check the director of this. Is it Ari Aster? I think directed this film. Amazing horror film. One of the most effective horror films I've seen in a long time. Toni Collette is just brilliant in this film. Really good film, very rewatchable. And then this director went out and then did Midsommar, which is absolutely one of my favorite films, like of all time already. I love that film as well. We'll get to that later. High Life. I think this is the only film I've seen by Claire Denis. Pretty good Robert Pattinson performance. Nice concept. Not always done super well, but I really like space and sci-fi. So I kind of grade them more leniently. This was an annoying purchase because when I got this, on. I think I got this on Amazon, and then like they show like a regular cover, and then look at all this. It looks like it came from a library, thrift store. I don't know what happened, but whatever. The case is that this film is good. It's a film by Ben Wheatley. I know he did a new one that I want to watch. Amazing film about people going mad in a high rise. And Tom Hiddleston's great in it. The remake of The Hills Have Eyes, I don't have the original yet, which is an oversight because I wouldn't mind owning it. This is one of those stupid J-card releases, which I hate. Good film though, a pretty good remake. That the sequel to that one though is just rough. His Girl Friday. Saw this in a film class. Really good film. Great chemistry between Cary Grant, Rosalind Russell, Howard Hawks film. That's a good one. Double pack of Hitch and The Holiday. I like both of these films. Hitch is a really good film. There's a lot of Will Smith films that I actually not a lot, but there's a few more Will Smith films that I do want to pick up. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But he's good in this one. I like The Holiday. Really good romantic comedy. Of course, you know, I love Cameron Diaz, so. Alright, so now we have the Hobbit films and they're out of order. So we start with An Unexpected Journey. Not bad. Pretty good. Felt like it was running thin on fumes because, you know, this is one book being stretched across 3 movies and you can definitely feel it here. The Desolation of Smaug. The best one in the series. I think almost unanimously everyone likes this one the best, and with good reason, because this is where, you know, they actually interact with Smaug. And then Battle of Five Armies felt very cluttered. I think this is the shortest one as well, which wasn't bad, but it felt very cluttered, but you know, it ended the series. This is the only one that I got on Steelbook, which is, I don't know, that kind of irks me. Like, why can't I have all of them on Steelbook or just all of them on regular? But you know, whatever it is the case. Now I gotta put these away. Just give me a second. I wish I had 3 hands. Alrighty, so a Halloween classic for me is Hocus Pocus. They released a very nice 4K of this very recently, but I don't know if I wanted a dip for that, even though I really like that Steelbook. I also like this one. This is the book from the film. Very quotable, very how many times have I seen this film? Like maybe 20 times. I watch it every Halloween. This and the original John Carpenter Halloween, every Halloween I'll watch it. I love this film. I think they're doing a sequel, but you know, with these sequels that come out with so many years later and stuff, they rarely end up being good. So hopefully that one isn't too bad. It hasn't been that long for that one. Holiday Inn, pretty good. Another holiday film that I picked up. I think I picked it up after Christmas actually, because I found it pretty cheap. But yeah, Bing Crosby film right there. I mentioned earlier I read A Hologram for the King for a class, and I love that book. I believe I own it as well. Maybe one day I'll show off my book collection. But anyways, Hologram for the King is great. The film also was good. It's not what I pictured in my mind when I read the book, but this was a good film. A good performance by Tom Hanks. Not a lot of people know about this film, but I enjoy it, and I can watch it a few times in a row. Hollywoodland, really good film with Adrian Brody, Ben Affleck, about the death of the original Superman, George Reeves, and like the circumstances behind it. I think a lot of it might be fictional, but it's a really good film. And of course, Christmas tradition is Home Alone, the 2 movie collection, which has Home Alone 1 and 2. One is great. I love 1. 2 is also great. I like that one a lot too, but 1 is a little bit better. Christmas tradition, I always watch these. They came out with the Steelbook not that long ago, and then I just upgraded to it. And then I also have a custom version of Home Alone 3. I know a lot of people shit on this film, and that's fine. I actually enjoy this film. I like the hijinks in this film. I think it works very well. The rest after this, I think 4 and another one or whatever, those were just yeah, those are bad. But 3, I feel like it gets a lot of undue criticism. Honeymoon, I really like Rose Leslie from Game of Thrones, and then I watched this one. Pretty good, pretty decent horror film here. If you haven't seen it, go for it. and then a 2-movie collection of Hostel and Hostel Part 2. Um, Part 1 is pretty good, Eli Roth film. Part 2 I'm not super big on, and then 3 I didn't like at all. And then we got another a double pack, Hotspot and Killing Me Softly. I'm not sure what the link is between these double features, but Hotspot I really enjoy. Killing Me Softly was okay. I do like Heather Graham though. House at the End of the Street, got this pretty cheap. Jennifer Lawrence horror film, right around the time she was doing Hunger Games. Pretty good. Nothing to like super write home about or anything, but here's one I would definitely want to write home about. I always talk about my 10 out of 10s. House of the Devil is a 10 out of 10 horror film by Ty West. Absolutely incredible. It's a slow burn, so get yourself ready for it to be slow, but there's style, there's suspense, there's just fantastic moments. I love this film. This is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and every October I will watch this. And I also like the next film that Ty West did, which will come up later, and I'll talk about it. Triple pack to close this video off: House of Wax, Return to House on Haunted Hill, and Ghost Ship. I got this mostly for Ghost Ship because I thought I really like the intro of Ghost Ship. I think it was pretty cool. House of Wax is really not a bad film, honestly. It's a product of its times, but it's pretty good. Return to House on Haunted Hill was pretty tedious. That one wasn't very good. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.